Okay, that's my bad. I'm sorry.
3, let's go!
Yeah, like,
Welcome to Books and Banter. We're your hosts.
I'm Caroline.
And I'm Annika. In this episode, we'll be diving into Onyx Storm, so consider this your official spoiler warning. We'll discuss everything from Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm, as well as anything Rebecca Yarros has ever said, all her interviews, posts, and fan theories. Everything is on the table and nothing is off limits. If you haven't read Onyx Storm yet, we highly recommend you do so first. Books are always better without the spoilers. This episode and podcast will be here when you're ready. Like, what was your thought process finishing Onyx Storm?
Initial reaction, number one, Quinn's death, like literally, I was like sobbing so hard for so long. Like I actually like, even thinking about it, I'm like, that was horrible.
That
like,
was awful. Like, the quotes of it is just, it's so heartbreaking.
Everything about it was so upsetting. Like, actually so upsetting. That, like, was definitely the most painful death, in my opinion.
I was shocked that Quinn died, honestly.
That was, like, just
that
so...
was shocking. I was like, excuse me?
Because, like, it seemed like they had won. Like, that part, like, it seemed like they killed the Venom. Like, literally, like, it was done. And then
I swear that always happens. It's like,
literally,
the character, like, does the final, like, killing blow, and then she turns around and she's like, oh, wait, there's a knife or something. And, like, what happened with Riddick?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Just, that. I was so upset.
I literally wanted to start crying when there was, like, a knife in him, and I was like, what? No!
I started crying. I was like crying so hard when that happened.
I don't think that Riddick's gonna die in this series. And
no,
I don't think he is.
Likable. He's like, he's my favorite. I love him.
I love him. He's perfect.
I think everyone loves him. He can't die.
He can't die. I have like full faith that he will not die. Also, like when I was shocked when Andarna left. Like, what? Excuse me? Why would she leave?
When the other dragon like cut their bond without like even like asking her, I
was so mad.
I was so upset.
I have to admit, I was mad at Andarna. I was like, why would she leave? I mean, I get that's her family and stuff, but at the same time, I was like, Violet's been with her and Taryn has been with her since the beginning.
Okay, when
my heart broke when she was like, don't ruin this for me.
I was like stunned, like actually stunned, and it was so sad. It was so sad
because Taryn's been with her for so long,
like literally, like that's her like father.
Really?
It was so upsetting.
Okay, wait. Okay, so we have to get into the conversation about who turned Venom.
Okay, yeah, let's go back to that scene. So first of all, like I wrote so many notes. And I wrote, so I think that Xaden married Violet so that she can be, like, the ruler of Tyrrendor.
I agree.
Right? I feel like, because even when he says, like, don't look for me, it's yours now, like, it's Tyrrendor. Like, she's definitely going to be the leader, right? Which makes me think that it's Bodhi.
Okay, I'm, like, so conflicted about that because I feel like Bodhi is such an obvious thing.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know.
And I would be shocked in the next book finding out who it was. But that's why, like, part of me thinks it's Vernon.
See, that, I get that, because I don't trust him. I think he's gonna do something shady. Like, he's definitely gonna betray them in some way.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's yet.
I'm, like, on the edge of thinking whether Atos is Venom or not. Is he a colonel?
Oh, the general?
Is he a general? Oh, he's the general,
I think he's a general now, yeah. Like,
I'm so
despise this man.
He's
like,
awful.
I hate him. He could totally be Venom, 100%.
That's why I'm like, okay, but now that, like, somebody in command had to have been Venom, but now that we know it was Panchek, or maybe Panchek isn't Venom.
See, okay, I think that Panchek maybe not, like, wasn't Venom, but was giving information. You know? Like, obviously he was giving information, but I don't think that he was a Venom.
That makes sense, but also Panchek says, like, we both know you're not going to hurt me. But because then he said, I'm the only one who can give you access to your son. And I'm like, there's no way he's talking about Xaden.
Maybe he's talking about Jack.
But that kind of gives it, like, that he's the only one feeding information. because he's like, I'm the only one who can give you access, but couldn't General Atos give him access?
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
maybe
It's just him.
Maybe Atos is like
I
just
kind
a
of think that
fucked up
Ados
person.
is just a terrible person. Like
I
I
think he's
kind
just
of think he's just
awful.
awful. Like I don't think he like has any like I don't know. I think he's just a piece of shit, you know?
Probably. Zayden's chapter confused me so much. Like, there's so much
There's
that.
so much going on. Like I feel like he doesn't understand anything. Like he's just confused too. I will say, I am convinced that Zayden is not like fully venom yet. Like he's
Oh,
still
agreed.
half human. Because like when he was talking about how like I love her, that is the emotion I cling to, the fire of pure power burning at the feeling's edge, and I know
Hmm.
if I take it any further, it will be next and final place to float away. And then I bare my teeth and yank my hand from the ground, gasping for a full breath of air as my heart thunders.
That's amazing. Plus, that in context of uh, the Venom saying they can't feel love.
Yeah, no, literally.
So he's
And
not Venom yet.
he's not fully. At least he's not fully. And even when like you go back to when her and Riddick are talking and like they say like what's the line and it like hers is like him hurting her. Like he didn't do that. And like he's
Yeah.
not going to. Like he literally still loves her.
Yeah, I agree. I agree because like
Yeah,
he's even like he's channeling right then and there, and he's still his shadows still recognize her. Like I
literally.
just can't. Because then Berwin, like after Panchik says, I'm not the only one who can give you access to your son, he says, I have another. Who's the other? Wait, I'm confused.
I
So
think
he has another way of getting access to whoever the
wait.
son
Where
is?
is this? What page?
It's page 522 at the very, very top.
Okay.
The first sentence.
Yeah, I have another. So yeah, Panchak dies because the dragon desiccates.
Right, but is like that's where I'm like, okay, so he dies, so like can Venom because Jack survived the death of his dragon.
I think that Panchak has to be like I like not Venom. Like I think he's just a person, but it like is terrible and was giving information. Probably for like power or something. Like so that he could get like
But he's like in
higher in ranks or
command. But
something. I
he's
don't
like,
know.
but also like when I was looking through it, didn't he really want the general's job? I
I
think
feel
he
like
did.
I think he did.
I don't really remember that, but I think he wanted the general's job. So like maybe he's doing that because General Atos got the job. I don't know. But also, so we know that Zayden's no longer an initiate
Yeah.
because he says that. I
That
just can't.
I can't.
But then he says, but then suddenly, without like mentioning Berwin, he says, but he hadn't had her, and now he does. So like, there's no like.
Yeah, because like it all could be anything. Like literally he could be talking about any of those people, you know?
And also, I loved this cliffhanger like so much. The fact that Imogen
Like
erases her memories.
because that the thing is like it's gonna be a cliffhanger for so long. Like even when we get the next book, like it's still gonna be a cliffhanger until probably like halfway through that book. You know?
I'm certain that we don't get Xaden at least for half of the next book
No,
because
yeah,
he's
I
in
agree.
hiding. I think that she won't know where he is.
Unless they flip if unless she like flip back between point of views, which she might.
Which she might, that's true. But like I feel like she won't. I feel like
I
it's
feel like
going
she
to be
won't.
I feel like oh gosh, I feel like she's going well like the first half of the book is just going to be her ruling Tyrandor.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
And that's kind
And
of
like
it.
dealing with all of the fallout from like all of this, you
Yeah.
know? Going back to like that last chapter when they're talking about like the eggs, missing eggs, I feel
Yes.
like he's got to be like bringing them to what is it, the embryo? What is
I don't know which isle it was, but it
like
has to
it's
have been one of
the
them.
one that supports Dune. I know that.
And
Me.
also, can we talk about how important Dune was in this? Like the
Hey,
fact
yeah,
that
yeah,
she
yeah.
has to. Okay, so Auric had to have known that they got married, are gonna get that they were gonna get married because he's like protect the Temple of Dune, and that leads Xaden to being able to like secure the marriage,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is like, it's like mind blowing because he never said anything. Like I'm so
I
confused about his powers.
feel like with Auric. like Loki maybe like Halden would kill him because he would be a better
Ooh.
king, you know?
True. But also, do you think that they would all kill him? Like, he would be, like, an intrinsic kind of, and they would just immediately kill him, like, if they found out
That's
that
like
Zayden can read
I don't
intentions?
know.
Also, how the hell does Zayden read intentions? I'm so confused, because suddenly now he can read thoughts. Because,
Okay.
like, his
Yeah,
power
yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
growing, and I'm also, like, even in Iron Flame, I was like, okay, how does that work, reading intentions? I'm like, do you just, like, how does that work? You're not like mind reading. You're not
I don't
seeing
know.
this. You're not like you don't like hear their thoughts. You're.
I literally don't know.
I'm
I
so
could not tell you.
like I just don't know.
I no, I literally don't know. Because I feel like, okay, his power is definitely growing though, right? Like
Right.
Ridox is growing. I think all of them are gonna start growing more. So like that's interesting. I don't know. Like I want Violet to be able to do more.
Agreed. Okay. How do you feel about the Dreamwalker second segment?
I kind of think it's so stupid.
Like you have to be the person that she's dreamwalking into. They have to be unconscious. Like that.
They have to be unconscious. I don't think she can control it, at least not yet. She walked into Maven's dream that literally didn't even happen. It's just like her idea. I was like, what is this? And like I guess like Maven's dream was like her worst nightmare. So then you would get to know people's like fears and like what they care about, you know?
hmm
But still I'm like it has no purpose if you're going into like Ridox dreams. Like why do
Right.
you need to know his fears? You know, like that's so stupid. Like I
Just
just
that one quote of him going like, "Yeah, but I like a third year." That killed me. I was like,
so funny. He is so
okay.
funny. I can't.
He's so funny.
He's that actually I think I gasped. I was
I
like,
gasped. I was like, what?
oh no way.
I was
He's
like, it's giving.
everything. I
I was
love
like,
it.
it's giving Zayden energy. Like right now, like that sentence was like such Zayden energy.
He might be my like favorite character. I just find him so entertaining.
Yeah, I am like, but like, okay, what was your like prediction about the second signet? Like, what was your final like going into Onyx Storm? What did you think it was?
Okay, I really wanted it to be, I saw this online, like her being able to look into different point of views
Mm-hmm.
and like seeing through different people's eyes, which I guess she had only done that like through the bond because I think she looked through like Zayden's. And then like I guess there's one point in like Iron Flame, I think, where she's like looking out a window or something through either Zayden or like someone else's point of view and like is seeing herself on like the courtyard. And so that's what I wanted it to be, just because like I feel like that would be interesting for battle. Like being able to like look into like different
Mm-hmm.
things, you know? And it would be helpful.
I think
But
that is a well, that's a really good one, and also I feel like that's still possible. I feel like maybe she can build up like her dream walking power. I mean, I hope it does. There's no way
yeah,
that this is like the second signet without anything else. My
because it's
guess,
so dumb. Like I
yeah,
can't.
my prediction what for Onyx Storm her second signet was that the Truthsayer. I was
Yeah.
dying on that hill because like literally so many times in Iron Flame she was like, okay, I need to know the truth. And Zayden's like,
Yeah.
I can't lie to her. Something about her, I just can't lie to her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, like, and Rebecca Yarros said, whatever her second signet is, it's really obvious in Iron Flame. Where is it obvious that she's a dream walker?
Literally, that was so random. Like so random. Like I was honestly, I was disappointed. I was like, are you kidding? Like I
Yeah.
don't know. Not my fave.
Because I
Not my
was
fave.
like dying on that hill because like but like the is that the
Also,
synopsis?
okay, yeah.
Because she says and they need the one thing only Violet can find, the truth. And I'm like, and you're not a
Are you
truthsayer.
kidding? Literally, are you kidding? Also, like when it talks about like your dragon, it has to do with like your need, like whatever you need. And I feel like what she needs most is the truth because she was lied to her entire life
Right.
by everyone, literally everyone.
I was like so disappointed with the fact that she's like, oh well, I needed like and what I needed to know it. Andarna was like dreaming or something. That's what I was like. What? She's
That's
like, I
stupid.
need Andarna, and I'm like, okay, I understand that. That's just like she's your dragon and she was in sleep. But I was like, really?
Okay, also talking about that, I wrote down because okay, so she like Andarna is obviously unbonded now to Violet. Like they broke the bond. So if they rebond, will she get a third signet? Because like now she can use it. Like she can use her second signet without the bond. So
Wait,
I'm like,
hold
will she get
on.
another one?
That's oh my gosh. I didn't even oh my gosh. I'm like in shock. I didn't even think
No,
of
because
that.
like I was thinking about it because she uses it after. Remember,
Right.
it's a big thing that like she used it after like they're unbonded. So now I'm like, will she get another bond? And then like it will be another need or whatever, and she'll be like more powerful. That's
That's
like what I'm hoping. I want that
ingenious.
to happen. I'm
That's
like really
so
voting.
smart. Here's the thing also, like, is the bond broken? Because Andarna talked to her at the end, did she not?
I think she probably did. But then also
Yeah,
like
at the very last chapter, Andarna tells her that Taryn is sleeping. So, does she rebond to Violet, or was the bond never broken?
or is she just talking to her? That's like another thing. Like I
Oh
feel
my
like
gosh, because she's an Earhead. She can talk to the writer,
uh,
all the
yeah, I
writers.
think she can talk to all the writers. But then also like Violet has talked to Sable and stuff. Like she
Right.
like has talked to other dragons. So that also I was like maybe that's a power. Like she
Right.
can talk to different dragons.
Because she commands the sky. I saw that theory online and I was like, that's
Yeah,
genius.
that
Like
was
she
so good.
commands
That
the
one was
sky.
good.
That's a good one. Like,
Yeah.
cause, but that's Taryn's power. That's right. Like, cause that is like she
Oh yeah,
commands the
yeah, yeah,
sky.
yeah.
So maybe she can do that, but it's just Taryn's power. Like she commands the sky and like, because Taryn is a like he's the like
Yeah, I
strongest
feel like his
dragon.
powers should be like bigger,
I
you know?
agree. I am really, really, really wanting Violet to manifest or wield in a different form, not just lightning, because it
Oh,
says that
same,
so many times, like
same.
that she has to like that's just her comfortable form of wielding her
Mhm.
power. I'm like, all right, well, can
Let's
we
get
get
another
another
one.
one?
Yeah, let's get it going. Okay, one more thing that like I have to mention. This literally, I was thinking about this and this got me. So it says like last chapter, the like journal thing or whatever. It says, while cadets are strongly encouraged not to form romantic attachments while studying in the quadrant, lieutenants are permitted to marry whomever they choose upon graduation. So does their marriage not count because Violet hasn't graduated?
I feel like it does still because Zayden graduated. So like although the rule and like on her view is like she can't get married, Zayden's like, well, I can marry whomever I want.
Yeah, I no, yeah. But
But
I was like
also,
thinking about that. I'm like, what if like someone like says that it's not real? And
and
then
I
that's
can so see General Atos being like, yeah,
oh,
that's not gonna work.
yes, yes. Like that might be part of the beginning of the next book is like her fighting for like rule
Oh
over Swoon-worthy
yeah.
because people are like trying to say that like she shouldn't be ruling it.
Like we got so much in Iron Flame that she was like really upset with Zayden, which
Yeah.
I don't think it was the miscommunication trope. I think it was just like I would be pretty pissed if I like fell in love with a guy and he's been keeping like this whole thing from me.
Like so many secrets. Like literally
Right.
so many secrets.
So like I don't like I did not like the whole I'm so glad like Zayden left the whole you just have to ask me in the past. Like
Yeah.
really that infuriated me. Like Zayden infuriated me more than Violet did in Iron Flame.
I okay, Iron Flame, not gonna lie, not my favorite. Like it was like fine. I just loved Fourth Wing so much, but this book really brought me back. Like I really
Really?
loved
Yeah.
this book. Yeah, like it was so good.
I really love, like, Fourth Wing's my favorite, but I loved Iron Flame, and I seriously also, I think I really liked Iron Flame. I'm all, maybe more than Onyx Storm.
Really?
I really liked it. And
I like
also,
Onyx Storm way more.
Onyx Storm, like, the thing about, like, it's such a good, like, world building book. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
it's the perfect, like, mix of everything, and you get some information, you also get, like, no information, and yeah.
That's why I think I liked Onyx Storm so much. Is because like I'm such a sucker for
Yeah.
like mythology and the gods and stuff, and like all of the isles being like a certain one.
Yeah.
Like that like really got me.
Okay, I have to get this out in the open. I am fully on board that it's Bodhi because
Okay, yes.
although
Yes.
I was really in denial because I'm like I really want the next book to be like it's a shocker who it is,
Mhm.
but there's no way like it has to be Bodhi. Like
I just like I feel like Bodhi makes the most sense, and then the more that I'm thinking about it, the more things come to mind of like why
right.
it's him, you know?
I'm still part of me is like a little disappointed that it's Bodhi, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
But
yeah.
like We know it's Bodhi. I just
It's
thought it
gotta
would
be
be
Bodhi.
interesting if it would be Brennan, probably because part of me is like doesn't like him.
He's gonna do something to betray.
Yeah,
100% next book he
agree.
will do something to betray. So like I feel like this just isn't it.
He was like, wasn't he like, what was he doing that like made us think that he's channeling right then and there,
Oh my
Bodhi?
God. Okay, I wrote it down.
Okay,
Page 511.
okay, I'm on my way.
It's in Imogen's point of view, and he's
Right,
literally on the ground, and it says Bodhi is on his hands and knees across the town square retching, which like obviously that's like vomiting or whatever. But
right. So
I
he's
think
that's when
that's
he's
when he's
channeling.
channeling. Yeah.
Okay, because I think he once Violet is like, you're not strong enough to do it. I think that's when he's like, okay. I think that's like when he makes the choice. Okay, I have to
Yeah. And then,
channel.
okay, so I've like, after we talked earlier, I like looked at some theories and stuff, right? And so people are like, he's the one who stopped the storm. Like, you know how
Right.
Violet was saying that, like, if you, like the storm wielder, like, she stopped the storm so that it would be harder for her to make lightning. But it actually, I think, was Bodhi stopping the storm because he started channeling so that
Agreed.
he could use, like, more power and, like,
I
actually, like,
totally
save
agree.
the block.
Okay, I honestly, I was like the one thing about like this battle scene that really shocked me was that she is like that Venom, like Violet's mom countered her. Like
Yes,
she was,
yes,
and we found out that Violet's mom knows about her because she was like, she said something to Violet. She was like,
yes.
your mom was at least smart enough to hide behind the
Behind the
wards.
wards, like after you found her.
Right.
Okay, literally, okay, I have a whole thing like circled about that part, like the balancing. And
Mm-hmm.
so, first of all, I'm like, so who is balancing Violet?
That's what I'm saying.
Or
Or
like,
who is
so is
Violet
it
balancing?
exactly?
What was his power, like Terran's rider beforehand?
Okay,
Who's
I don't
what power
know
did he
because
have?
he
I think
definitely
he's
like,
Venom.
I think he's Venom because they don't
100%.
talk about him. They don't
They
talk about him.
they don't talk about him and he's just gotta be Venom. I don't believe that he just disappeared from the story. I'm
No,
trying to
because even Taryn like says so many times like we don't speak of him and stuff. I'm like, there's literally no
and
way.
that's why I think that Terran is so against the Venom. Like, how do you say Zayden's dragon?
Sagel?
Segal?
I
Okay.
don't know.
Well, anyway, Segal like says we have to like Terran's not going to be on board. And
Yeah.
like we know, and then I think she's so confident in that. And I think Terran is so against Venom because his past rider turned Venom.
I could so see that. I could so see. And then even
Because
like
he
the
kept
entire
calling
time.
Zayden the Dark
Yeah,
One.
the dark one. And like literally like almost despises it in like the entire book.
Exactly.
There's like parts of the book that talk about like balancing on 389 and 390 when it's talking about how Lynx, because we didn't even talk about this. Like Lynx has the shadow power.
Right, right. I'm sorry. It shocked me to my core. I hated it. I was like, there's
Hated it.
only one shadow.
Literally, are you
There's
kidding?
only one person who can wield shadows, and it's Zayden. I hated
I
that
like
this happened.
actually despise that. I literally can't get over it. So like so Violet says, I don't understand. You're our generation's shadow wielder. And then Xaden says, not anymore. Magic knows. He's the balance.
Dude.
Kidding.
Okay.
Are you
So
kidding?
like that makes me really like spiral thinking of everybody's signet and being
Literally.
like every so I'm guessing everybody has a counter.
Yeah, it's like I think it's trying to be a balance, but then I'm also like, why would magic and nature want it to be a balance, you know? When shouldn't like magic, like the good magic,
Right.
win out?
And that's what I'm like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that so the Venom have the signets, right?
Hmm.
And so I think we really have to right now pay attention to everybody who's been like the first years who are
Yeah,
turning.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because the more people who turn
Because like
like
precognition, are you
yes.
kidding? As a
So some
venom?
a Venom has to have it because
Like that's
Auric gets it.
yeah.
Violet like really points out that there's no markings
Yes.
on the neck
Yes.
or the hand. I'm like, wait, hold on.
Okay,
Is there
so in
supposed to be?
Iron
Like what?
Flame,
Yeah.
when she did that, did she mark? Like when she was imbuing the stone, did she mark
Let's
it?
look. Let
Let me,
us
yeah, I'm
look.
like, let me
Okay,
pull
where
it
do you
out.
think she... Dude, look how tiny this text is.
I know. I
Compared
literally can't.
compared to Onyx Storm alone, it's crazy.
It's this book is so big. Like I actually
It's
can't.
I don't know how. See, here's my issue. I think I'm forgetting a lot of the things that happened because I read Iron Flame in 2 days. Like, I stayed up.
Once. Because I literally, like, I couldn't get through it. It took me so long.
I sat there and I read for 2 days straight getting through this. And oh my gosh, I literally wrote down Happy 2024, the first page I'm reading.
Wait, that's so cute, though. Are you kidding?
Look,
Okay, I don't even
I
know where.
literally, like, this is my, like, reading. I just highlight everything.
That's, like, good, though. This doesn't have anything to do with what we're looking at right now. But on page 564, Nolan literally says, magic requires balance. It does not give without a price. Like, like the whole balance thing, I can't.
Yeah. I have to read this out loud really quickly.
Okay.
Okay. So, this is when the Venom are attacking.
Mm-hmm.
And Melgren says they're about to attack, and Xaden says, not yet, they're still waiting. And then Melgren goes, what the for? And Xaden goes, me. And then Violet goes, what do you mean they're waiting for you? Okay, I'm skipping a bunch of stuff. And Xaden says, that's one of their teachers, the one who escaped resin, and then blah, 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 blah. He goes, he thought we'd be at Samara, figured we'd do the honorable thing and answer Melgren's call. Violet says, how do you know that? And he goes, do us both a favor and don't ask.
What? Wait, that's like so
That's
fishy.
chapter 64.
That's so fishy. Okay, I got to the page. It's page 613 is when like Sloane is like imbuing the stone with Mama Soringa.
Wait, Caroline. Hold on,
What?
wait. Wait, okay.
What?
On page 611,
Okay.
she's saying, like, I'm so sorry, you shouldn't have to lose 2 riders this way, talking to Taryn. Right after that, she says, if I just channel,
No way.
all of the power in
God.
the world is beneath my fingertips, and if I channel, I take from the earth instead of from Taryn. So does that mean, is that like our confirmation that Taryn's past rider channeled
I
from the
feel like
earth?
it's gotta be. I think it has to be. Let me mark this. Where is my sticky notes? Wait, no, because I feel like that's gotta be. I feel like we need to go back through Iron Flame too, because I like missed definitely so much. And Fourth Wing. Like I feel like I've just missed so much.
Right? I think I have to reread Iron Flame.
I think we have to reread Fourth Wing too.
I'm trying to find the marking.
I didn't see anything about it. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess not. You should be scared of me. I don't know what sound that was, but it was emotional for me. Okay, the one thing I loved about Onyx Storm is that it picked up exactly where Iron Flame left off.
Yes.
Like this scene, right? It
Yeah.
left off.
Okay. Wait, so the also talking back to like the balance thing and like the balance of powers, because I still like I need to know who Violet is balancing. What? Oh my God, what?
Taryn's previous ride. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No, go.
But Taryn's previous rider had the signet of siphoning. Isn't that Sloane's signet?
Yeah.
She's the balance. If he's Venom, she's the balance.
Literally. No, that's what I'm okay, all of the first year's gotta be balancing someone, right? Like I think so.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Auric, like with the precognition thing, like the Venom always know like what's going on before. Like they're always like a step ahead, I feel like.
Right, so they have to have one. Like, I guess we'll stop here for today. And then start it again.
Sorry, that's like an hour. Okay, so this was our first part of our initial Onyx Storm reactions.
There's so much to discuss, so we'll probably just go straight into part 2. So make sure you go listen.
Yes, thank you. Bye.